All right, welcome back. Boy, when it rains, it pours. A third woman now. You've heard of this, Julie Swetnick, the latest. Michael Avenatti client, by the way, who claims that Judge Kavanaugh, when a student in high school, along with his buddy Mark Judge, were known to spike drinks of girls in high school and led to those girls being taken advantage. She did not directly say whether the judge at the time was among those taking advantage of them, but it did add to some of the drama ahead of the Christine Ford hearing tomorrow, at which we're told none of these other accusers, including Deborah Ramirez, are going to come up or are supposed to come up. We did get a comment from Judge Kavanaugh on this latest one. This is ridiculous and from the Twilight Zone. I don't know who this is, and this never happened. But concern here that the pile-on is going to require a stronger response. Charlie Gasparino has been talking to a lot of folks on this and the back and forth. What are you hearing?
Judge Kavanaugh has been around. He knows a lot of people in the lobbyist community. He has a lot of friends in the nexus between Wall Street and Washington. I tapped into some of those friends and associates who are speaking with him right now. And here's what they're saying. First, let's point out that Donald Trump, the president of the United States, had a couple of words to say to associates about Judge Kavanaugh's appearance on Fox News with Martha McCallan. What the president told associates is that he believed that Kavanaugh didn't do a great job, that he provided way too much detail about his sex life as a young man and as a teenager. I think he said he was a virgin until his 20s, and it just was way over the top. The president basically believes by giving that much detail, you're almost, asking for people to come out and refute you. And I think he makes a good point about that. At least that's what the president has told associates. Now, it's really interesting. Kavanaugh is being advised by these people, associates, lobbyists, people he's known for years in the Washington corporate America circuit. And here's what they're telling him. They're telling him that he was way too robotic on Martha McCallan's show. He was repetitive, he was stiff, and he didn't show enough outrage when Martha asked him about the various charges against him. They believe he's got to pull a page out of the Clarence Thomas book and not go after his accusers, but go after the accused and be extremely forceful and tough about it. Now, whether he can do that or not is a different story. Clarence Thomas was a street fighter. He still kind of is. You know what I'm saying? He had it in him to go toe-to-toe. People forget because it's been so long, and Clarence Thomas doesn't do a lot of media generally. But when you saw those hearings back, I think it was 91, right? It was amazing the way he went after the Democrats on that committee. I mean, he didn't go after Anita Hill. He went after them. And
remember when her charges first came to light, and after her testimony, a lot of thought, this guy's finished.
Toast. And he
turned it around.
Turned it around. Now,
Now, the flip side was the Republicans also lost a lot of seats down the road, and a lot of women came to power, galvanized by this. But he did survive that.
He did survive. Kavanaugh is, according to people are advising him, he's going to have to do that. He's going to have to show tomorrow a degree of emotion and outrage that he did not show in the Martha McCallan interview.
But what if it's not in his temperament? You know what I'm saying? Like these other accusations, you take at face value that he doesn't accept and can't believe. And he will be asked about these other women, whether it comes up by this, counsel, this Republican counsel or not. I'm sure Democratic senators will ask him. So
they're going to ask him about his teenage drinking. They're going to ask him about all sorts of stuff. Listen, this is going to be really messy tomorrow for him. There's no doubt about it. It was messy for Clarence Thomas to have to deny stuff that he had to deny. But this is in some ways, this is somewhat worse because in a sense he's being accused of attempted rape here.
That's right. In the Avenatti case, the client case, right?
Well, no, in the first case, in the Dr. Ford case, because he held the woman down allegedly, and
they got drunk and they broke up there.
Right.
It never came to that.
Never came to that, but it's attempted. And what I'm saying is, listen, I can only tell you what they're telling him. Who knows what the magic bullet is?
If he doesn't, their fear is if he doesn't.
He's toast.
And that he will lose any one of these. Jeff Flake's name has been Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, that they're on the fence.
I don't think he can do what they're telling him is you can't do before the Senate tomorrow what you did before Martha McCallan. You can't robotically answer these questions like I mean, he literally repeated the same phrase again and again. He showed almost no emotion until 1 point or 2 points he looked like he was going to cry, and I kind of wanted him to do that because he was so upset by what's going on. And I think that what they're telling him is you got to show emotion. The president is telling people that he thinks he made a huge mistake by providing the details of his life as a kid, so people can go out and refute it. And that's what. And we'll see what happens if he comes out guns blazing tomorrow. If he pulls a page out of Clarence Thomas, you know they got to him. They convinced him to do it.